Occupation Rainfall from 2020. It's an aliens have invaded, and it's a sequel, but I didn't know that when I watched it. Theme song.
Cartoons Reviews! Cartoons Reviews!
If you want to watch Occupation Rainfall, check the link in the description. So, just got back from a week and a half long trip. So, I watched this yesterday, and about halfway through, I looked it up and saw it was a sequel. And I don't want to skip a video, so I'm recording this. So, I don't know. Maybe this movie's better if you've seen the first one. I kind of doubt it, though. So, as I said, this is aliens have invaded. It's 2 years later. And to me, not having seen the first one is kind of unclear about, first of all, when is it set? Is it today? Is it in the future? Because during the narration, it says that aliens have invaded. We see and there's human resistance. We see the spaceship. And I'm like, is that the human resistance?
What came next was the real test. An invasion force hell-bent on destroying what was left of humanity. If it wasn't for a handful of brave men and women, they would have succeeded. We were successful in our first counter-assault. Even gained allies among some of the Greys, wanting this war to end.
Or is that the aliens? It turns out it's the aliens. And we don't really know why the aliens are there. Kind of like they've ruined their planet or something, but it's not really clear. So, and we're also told humans are losing the fight, but it's not clear how many humans are there. So basically we've sort of followed two different groups. The first group, there's a woman who is working to try to bring about peace.
Bloody grey lover. What a betrayal to the cause you are.
There are, among the aliens, there's 2 or 3 species, and there's some defectors, some refugees, and a lot of the humans, of course, are like, aliens, and, wants to kill them or something like that. But she's trying to bring peace and try to find some peace, trying to end the war. But there is a evil human commander. They call him the Wing Commander, which reminded me of the games. And he's like, damn aliens. And turns out he is torturing the aliens to try to make a bioweapon. So she's trying to stop that. And then there's another group. They've heard about this rainfall thing and they're trying to find out what it is. And the main of those are there's a human guy and an alien defector. And the human guy doesn't like the alien because he's an alien.
One of the Greys at HQ must be giving away our position. Friend of yours, maybe?
You really think it was one of my kind?
Actually, it's kind of nice scene where the alien is trying to learn English and the guy makes fun of him for like, oh, it's a dictionary. And the alien's like, how many of my words have you tried to learn?
The dictionary.
I am trying to learn your language. Do you even know a single word of mine?
But guess what happens at the end? The human comes around and likes the alien. Who would have guessed?
You're not done on me yet, brother!
So, the story's boring. Basically, they're both going from place to place. They get in a fight with some aliens. They get attacked, they get ambushed, and they run away. Then a little more of the story between the humans goes on, and between the guy that doesn't like the aliens and this alien defector. Then they get another skirmish. What's that going for? Well, the special effects aren't bad. They're actually pretty good. The alien defector, because he's in a lot of the scenes, looks pretty good. He kind of reminds me of the alien from the TV show Resident Alien. Then there's, like I said, there's 2 or 3 species and they all look pretty decent. CGI is kind of uneven. Sometimes it looks good. There are these alien horse-like things, and they may have made some animatronic ones because sometimes they look pretty good, but other times, like a couple scenes, humans are riding them and it looks really bad. So it turns out, spoilers, you shouldn't watch this really. Rainfall is the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. And why do the aliens want it back? Well, turns out it's not really just an asteroid. It has some DNA or something in it that guided, controlled the evolution on Earth after the dinosaurs got wiped out. And they want to get it back and launch it at Earth again. Why? I don't know. Because the aliens made it, so why couldn't they just make another one? And if they made it, why did the DNA controlling stuff end up making humans that are fighting them? I don't know. So, they're fighting, and the wing commander, it seems like at least twice he gets taken out of power, but then he gets back in, and it ends on a cliffhanger. I mean, this is a sequel, so maybe they will get around to making part 2 of this thing, of the third, or I guess part 3, it's like Rainfall part 2 or whatever. Maybe if you've seen the first one, it makes more sense. The most interesting thing about it is that it was made in Australia. It's set in Australia, and so it kind of is interesting to see Australia be the center of the plot. They're the ones who are going to save the Earth or not. It reminds me of, there's a book series called, the first one's called Tomorrow When the War Begins. And it's basically Red Dawn. But they made a movie of it in 2010, and I saw that, and that reminded me of Red Dawn. This one reminds me of Red Dawn too, because Tomorrow When the War Began is set in Australia. It's kind of funny that apparently in the books, they make it vague about who's attacking, because who's going to attack Australia and the rest of the Western world is not going to be upset, or at least protest, if not defend them. The movie has some interesting world building. We see the alien refugees and defectors, and then we meet the alien leader at one point, and we find out that the leader's under pressure to win, the political pressure to win.
Sacrifices must be made. This war must come to an end, or I will be held accountable.
They have the guy that played Boba Fett. They must have spent their money on the big American actor, Kim Jong. They must have had him for maybe a week, because he's in the opening scene, and then we flash back to a few hours earlier, and then he's at the end, the last act. But overall, it's pretty boring. I'm going to give Occupation Rainfall 1 thumb down. If it's a sequel, tell us it's a sequel, or we'll be confused.